She'll ask you lots of questions to find out who you are, to make you feel like a star. She doesn't care if you animate on the ones or the twos. She just wants to get to know the real you. Here we go.
Howdy, I'm the animator's friend, India Lombardi-Bello. Thanks for listening. This is part 2 of my conversation with Santi, MacLean, and Zappulla, who are the creators of the film Doom Scrolling, which is part of a greater series called Fun Pet Names. If you're listening to this episode before you listened to part 1, get out of here, you goofball. You gotta start at episode 1, which came out last week. So listen to part 1, then you're welcome to join us here. As a quick little refresher, Santi MacLean is a Peruvian-American actor, writer, and creator based in Los Angeles. And Zappulla is a writer, editor, and animator based in New York City. As I said in the previous episode, this was like a very long chat, and I failed to give a little shout out to the Brooklyn Public Library in my previous episode, but we recorded there, which I'm grateful for, but we did exceed our time limit for recording. So we actually got kicked out, and we had to journey to my apartment to finish the recording. So there is a little like break partway through where we change locations. And I think I forgot to give like a description of doom scrolling in the previous episode, although we did talk about it a lot in the interview itself. But just since I think less of an introduction to the film for this chat, No Budge, who is hosting the film on their site, writes, a young man talks himself through a panic attack. In Doom Scrolling, Santi MacLean layers multimedia documents and data moshes on top of a vulnerable outcry. With bulging eyes and spaghetti green-like hair, the young man speaks in the form of a 3D animated figure. In a high-pitched voice, the character extrapolates on recent feelings of self-hatred and general aimlessness due to financial pressures and upkeeping physical and intellectual standards while encountering romantic hookups. Microaggressions stretch the narrator's mental bandwidth into oblivion, and his cryptic self-recorded videos, along with other digital images, disintegrate into the next. While the outside world and its tactile elements offer moments of calmness, only so much can heal until the state of reality hits yet again. MacLean's film moves quickly but packs a final punch, capturing the overwhelming influx of textures and feelings siphoned into a young person's feed and mind today. Santi is the director and writer of this film. Joe is the editor and animator of the film. Quick little mention of my sponsors. Camp Snap, the screen-free digital camera to give your photos a cool aesthetic and to be maybe perhaps a bit more present when you're hanging out with friends, not on the phone. You can get a Camp Snap camera using the link in my show notes for $5 off. And if you're interested in getting involved with podcasting as a host, producer, as part of your business, as somebody who advertises things, you can get started with Podbean. My podcast is hosted through Podbean, and I love it. So I recommend it. There's links in my bio to get started with a free trial for all these things, except for maybe the advertising. I don't think there's a free trial for that. Let's not dilly-dally. Enjoy the final portion of my chat with new friends of the pod, Santi MacLean and Zappulla.
Okay,
We're in.
We've activated our avatars. sorry. That's a niche joke for anyone who's seen Avatar.
like the highest box office. It's like a niche joke about the highest box office.
So that's it. It feels niche and it feels mainstream at the same time.
That is funny about it.
Because it's like everyone knows about Avatar, but do you know what happens in it? Do you know that Sigourney Weaver plays a 17-year-old?
Yeah, because you explained it to me a couple days ago.
We answered high school.
What were you like in high
we
school?
answered what you were like in high school. You had a lot of time to think about it.
I was reflecting on this recently because like I feel like I'm pretty like social and like I'm outgoing and in high school I was very antisocial.
Were you studious?
No. I didn't start getting good grades until like I think junior year.
Perfect time to start.
Yeah,
My guidance counselor, where I'm from, is very rural, but there is like a SUNY school there.
I grew up near a SUNY as well, even though I was in Connecticut.
Which
SUNY Purchase.
Purchase, for sure.
Cool. That's the cool SUNY, I feel like.
The artsy one.
Yeah. What about Oneonta?
I don't know that
Oh
one.
yeah, I'm near Oneonta, yeah. I actually got
Shout out
rejected
SUNY.
from SUNY Oneonta.
Fuck them. Fuck SUNY.
Enemy of the pod.
Enemy of the pod.
SUNY Oneonta. You are enemies of the pod.
What was I saying?
You weren't very social.
Nor studious until junior
Yeah,
year.
oh yeah, because my guidance counselor was like, okay, well with your grades the way that they are, like you're gonna have to go to like probably. And I was just like, oh hell no. Because it was kind of like there's nothing wrong with like going to that school or anything, but it felt like like a lot of people from my high school would just like go there because it was just like it was easy. You know?
weren't getting that like separate.
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, it's just gonna be more high school. No, you know. So yeah, I was very like anti-social, and like lately I've been like thinking, I was like, that girl's still in there, and I think that she needs to be like honored a little bit more and like have more downtime.
Yeah.
You know? But I was friends with like a lot of people, but I wasn't like popular. Like I just felt like I don't know, like just like kind of transcending cliques.
You were a floater.
Yeah.
Group hopper.
And I think like I don't think I was considered cool, but I think like I was cool. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That's the best place to be too.
Yeah. The way Joe was cool.
I don't again.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
know.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like it's objectively cool behavior, what you're describing.
Yeah.
Like even if people weren't thinking it was cool at the time, like as an adult,
Like
you
somebody's
be
like thinking back and like, damn, that was cool.
That was
you
cool,
know?
yeah.
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 Watching my friend play Super Mario
I feel like the
64.
floaters are always really cool people. And it's like, I feel like I remember there were people like this in high school and they were so cool. Like, and they would talk about like, oh, I don't feel like I have like a group. And that's like weird. But they were always like people who everyone thought were really cool.
Because it's cool to meet people where they're at and not like stick.
Well, because also I feel like it's like people who had a stronger sense of self at that time, like, and didn't make their identity about like who the group of people they were with.
What
Yeah.
ring
Do you
they
feel
were
like
on.
you had a strong sense of
Yes.
self? Yeah. And what was the self? Like, what was the what made up the identity?
It's funny because I'm like, I knew exactly who I was, and now I'm like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I was really into music. I liked to draw and write, and I was just like really interested in things like that.
Yeah.
And like that's like what I put like all my attention on, and like I think high school's like an easy time for people to kind of like make you confused about like who you are.
Yeah.
And like I just feel like anything that anybody ever said like negative towards me, I was just like just like get out of here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scram,
It was
punk.
just like
Did you see that's punk?
I said scram punk.
Scram
But,
punk.
but that is punk
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
What was like your favorite? Did you have like a favorite band or something? Or
I was really into MGMT.
oh yeah,
Oh, cool.
So you're on Tumblr?
No, I was actually
Oh.
super like not on the internet.
Even cooler.
Yeah.
Which was
Offline.
like, it was like we actually probably still had dial up when I was in, because like I'm a little older, but it was more just because
Yeah.
we were in a very rural place. Like we
Yeah.
just didn't
Yeah.
have, you know? So there was that. But then also just like I wasn't interested. Again, this like kind of like goes to the antisocial thing. I just was like, no. So I didn't really get onto like social media until college. It became clear to me in being with like my friends that I made that I was like really like internet illiterate actually for like my generation. You
That's
know?
awesome.
Because you definitely are of the internet generation.
Yeah, like I should be.
Yeah.
But like yeah.
That is a nice thing to be, though.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
that's what that-
copyright.
Yes.
You can do 5 seconds. I
Can
think.
you do 5
You
seconds?
can do 5 seconds.
They're not gonna come after us.
Yeah.
They're
Imagine the lawsuit.
All
famous
this gold is
MGMT
lost
lawsuit.
because you did the synth of Electric Feel? Is that the one?
cool. Oh, that's kids. 11 underrated. What's underrated?
Vanilla.
Whoa.
I love vanilla. Like
Yeah.
it tastes so good.
It's good.
Vanilla ice cream is, people will just be like, people say vanilla ice cream is like a boring flavor to like. And I'm like, it's a flavor. It's not like a lack of flavor. It is like
Yeah.
an
It's
It's not
active-
plain.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not plain.
People
Like,
associate, there is
it's not
like-
Crisco. Like, right? Is Crisco is like something?
Yeah, it's like fat.
Yeah, fat.
Yeah.
Lard. I love vanilla. Like,
Yeah.
and I have gotten this year really into drinking ceremonial grade matcha. I make it at home because I don't want to spend like $9 on a matcha.
Yeah,
Like
no.
even if it's good, I'm like, it's a nightmare. Like, and that's what I do when I'm not at home in LA. Like that's what I've been doing every day at Bakery. Shout out. But I make myself vanilla syrup from scratch.
Oh.
I like will get,
It's delicious.
I'll like make like a simple syrup and then
Yeah.
use vanilla to like have it flavored. And
Very
like,
nice.
it makes everything better. I love vanilla. I love
I
it.
love vanilla too.
And it's underrated.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's as simple as that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Joe.
This is actually tough. Underrated when restaurants are mean to you.
Like you like it when they're mean to you.
I think it means the food's gonna be better.
Wow.
And I
I
think
mean,
that's like
I can understand that because it's like they don't have to be nice.
Exactly.
Like that's how good the food
And then
is.
it's just maybe it's a specific New York thing, but they're like, "Hey, what do you want? We don't got that. We're sold out." Next, and then if you don't like pivot, like
yeah.
more hole in the wall. Like everything now seems like it is. When you see places that have like lights, like that are like designed to like the Instagram like green
Yeah.
fake wall
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the
Ugh.
lights. It's like no photo. More hole in the wall establishments, more
Yeah.
places that like are not solely focused on
No
aesthetic.
aesthetic.
And the aesthetic is just like being aesthetic. It is not like a specific like cultural aesthetic that lends itself to the food. The aesthetic
Yeah.
is Instagram backdrop.
Yeah.
And I think the opposite of that is a hole in the wall place where they're mean to you.
Okay, 11. What's overrated?
Cars.
Ooh, yeah.
Fuck cars.
Preach.
Like I live in LA.
Yes.
Boo.
I live in LA. An interesting thing about me is that I live in LA, but I never planned to live in LA. Like I always was like, I want to live in New York. I grew up in
Yeah.
like a New York suburb. I always like romanticized the city. I really wanted to go to NYU. And then I got rejected. And then I ended up going to college in Boston.
Wait, same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's a common story for people who went to
Emerson, yeah, no,
Like,
literally just
NYU
Boston's
rejects.
NYU derogatory.
And then after college, I was trying to move to New York, and then COVID hit, and then I ended up staying with my parents. And then I ended up just changing my plans and moving to LA. And so I just was always planning on living in a walking city, and so but now living in LA, I have to deal with like owning a car.
Yeah.
And it's like not fun owning a car because like it's nice having the freedom, but like it's so stressful. Like if anything happens to the car, like I could potentially be responsible for like thousands of dollars of
Yeah.
like things that I need, and I need the car.
Yeah.
And it's like they're bad for the environment, and
Thousands
also,
of people's lives are in your hands every time.
yeah,
you like,
they're deadly weapons, and also people who are like into cars for like aesthetic reasons, like really disturb me. Like I find it really disturbing. I'm like, you spent your money on that. Like it's just like I don't get it. Also the other thing is like the stressful thing is like you're constantly like the idea that like the mileage going up on a car is like lowering the value of the car. So using the car makes it worse. Like it's like I like look at the mileage and I'm like, it's just stressful.
I think overrated is short form video.
Verticals. Have you gotten into verticals?
What are verticals?
You don't know about verticals? Do you know about verticals?
Remind me.
Okay.
Which one is?
So
Oh, no.
it's basically like becoming the modern day soap opera. Basically, like you're watching like the production value of like a soap opera, but it's like it's a TikTok or a reel, and then like you can click on the profile and then you can see what happens next, and it's like hours worth of content, like and
Whoa.
it's like a whole narrative, like, and they are like so bad, like they're like so. But I've started like not swiping away. Like I started like I like watching them for a few seconds because it's so funny to me. But like
Yeah.
I'm like, does that mean I've been got? Like I don't know.
No, that's because I think it's on the algorithms and the short form videos themselves that I think make it overrated. That it's like a lot of good stuff and a lot of like people being able to like communicate through each other. It's just like the algorithm saying like if you can't, those like few seconds where you're being interested by it, you can't even like control that.
I know.
And then that's going to be used to then develop your algorithm and show you more things.
I know.
It's like
It's so disturbing.
it requires a level of discipline that like monks maybe have, but like even I don't know, you show a monk like TikTok, they're gonna be it's gonna be awesome for them, like because it is like I don't know.
Didn't the Dalai Lama drink?
What? What?
I've got to look into it. I don't want to say too much.
Wait, no.
I think like there was like some like big spiritual leader who like did have like some sort of relapse or something like that. Like
Wait, you
I
said the Dalai Lama drank like he had like a combo meal at McDonald's, like the Travis Scott meal.
No,
What the
no.
like the Grimace shake? What are you?
I think like
that's my brain rot.
he witnessed something like in like modern society that was so disturbing to him that he like went home and like drank alcohol. Like, but actually, I like this is like an implanted memory. I don't know if this is real at all. Like,
it was watching the Rizzler on Reels. Like I love the Rizzler.
Is the Dalai Lama alive? No.
Dalai Lama. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Dalai Lama, like...
I don't even know who the Dalai Lama is. Let's get that straight. Like, so don't take anything I say seriously about the Dalai Lama. I just meant we're all fallible.
I think technically, doesn't the Dalai Lama actually, like, he never dies?
Yes, there was a new
he
Dalai
passed
Lama.
on.
Yes.
So maybe it was a Dalai Lama.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
Yeah.
when.
Well, there's been this Dalai Lama for quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's been around.
But even like monks, like none of those people are perfect. Like that's kind of a part of their practice, I think.
Yes, I'm talking about specifically the mental discipline.
Yeah, of reels.
Of yeah.
Right. Do you ever try surfing your algorithm?
What?
Like this is a term I've invented. Like I'll be scrolling on TikTok and I get like one kind of video and I'm like, I
You
want.
asked him the question before I knew the definition of the word.
I like scroll and I'm like, I want more of this, and so I keep like scrolling and I'm like, I'm not getting this. Like I want like I'll get like a long form interview of like a press junket or something, and I'm like, oh, that was nice because I got to put it on the background. But then I keep scrolling, it's short videos, and I'm like scrolling. I'm like, please show me another long one, and I stop, and then I'm like just hoping that like it feels like I'm like riding a horse. Like I'm like intuitively like learning how to like
The algorithm can't be a horse.
Yeah.
We can't let it become a horse.
the year of the horse.
No,
Yeah.
this is not a this.
But they are overrated.
But it is like there are like people that like they're like characters that I get to meet on Reels that I do enjoy getting to see. Like I get this Italian guy that he's the only 60s guy in the world. And he just like starts every video like, I'm the only 60s guy, and he's dressed like the guy from Grease, which I think is 50s. Or maybe that's 60s. The John Travolta in Grease, slick back hair.
That
And
was the 50s?
It takes place.
It takes place in the 50s,
but
but
it's not.
it didn't
No, it didn't come out in the...
I was like, how's he alive?
Scientology.
True. Friend of the pod.
Xenu?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he's like, I'm the only 60s guy, and like every day he does it, and he like throws a comb on his roof every day, and he does like and then sometimes he's like, I'm just obsessed with him, but still like, and it's because it's good because people can, any art form that people can create and like freely upload things to, of course, is fantastic to get to, but I just think it's overrated because it's gonna collapse. It's the next bubble. Short form video.
What do you think a collapse looks like?
I think like a data center is gonna like burn down and
Wow,
like there's gonna be like lost. There's gonna be like lost content.
I think, that is the literal collapse. Data center will literally collapse. I think they like inflate the view. Like Facebook was doing it. What made college humor fall? Like Facebook was like artificially inflating views.
Oh wow.
And things, and people would then like become only like, so everybody that moved to short form videos.
Payola.
Because it's like paying out, I think maybe that will fall under, and then that's not the way to
We have to do that with fun pet names.
what make collapse.
No, inflate the
Inflate the market. Oh
views.
yeah, we have to do that. We have to get it onto the bubble before it pops.
I had a friend who recently was like, "You should invest in that." Like genuinely, like it is like a business model, like inflating your views, like because then people are like it legitimizes.
We
it
do
to
not
certain
inflate
people.
our views.
All of our views are real.
I think we got like a couple hundred,
We've got a couple hundred,
and those are real. Those are earned.
yeah.
I've given y'all 4.
That's huge. Oh my god! Wow, look at that.
She did a research.
Okay, 12. What characteristic are you most drawn to in others?
Oh, we should say it about each other.
About each other. Oh,
Well, what makes the duo? What makes the?
what am I drawn to the most about you?
Yeah, say something nice about me. No, because I have you. Because then I will do yours first. Because that's not fair otherwise.
Oh.
Because you have such an aesthetic eye. Well, this is actually specifically creatively, but I think that's why we're here on this earth and in this pod in this library.
True.
Because you're a director. What really it makes sense to be a director. Like it actually is like all the things you look over and you're like, and it always makes sense. You're like, this is why I like this, and this is not why I like this, and like. Working in as an editor, like for other, like professionally for commercials, which and then like other people will just be like, I didn't like that, and I'd be like, what? And you not only you do like you don't even say I didn't like that. You're like, that's why this is like, ooh, I just don't know, and then like or too kind where you don't have to be there, and then give 3 more really helpful things to then like build it a lot. Like everything always has a net. We've done such complicated things, but have never been like trapped in corners, which has been so nice, even though there's been tons of obstacles. And that's like because you lead the ship and have such a clear, incredible vision.
Aw,
That's so nice.
that's so sweet. I start crying.
It's clear in the text. It's clear in the short.
Okay, this is funny because actually the thing that I was gonna say for what I'm drawn to in people, it can also apply to this situation and to you. Because I think I'm drawn to people who like take like initiative. Like I think like despite being like outgoing and despite also being like very creative and like wanting to get things done, like I think sometimes I do kind of rely on someone else to be like, hey, let's do this, or like, and especially with friendships also, like, I like when someone's like, let's be friends, like and let's do this plan, like because I think I'm harder at initiating those kinds of things. And creatively, this is so true of you too. Like you're someone who takes initiative, like because we work remotely. Like,
we do work remotely.
And also we are like not getting like paid like by anyone,
No.
like, you know, like except for ourselves, like to get these done. Like
we're like passing around the money back and forth. Like I'll send it
like,
to
it's
you
like
for doing it. Then like, oh, for submissions, like, what do you need?
and also like it's like we experience like phases of like one of us will be a little bit more like we just go through phases of like procrastinating because it's like it can be sometimes exhausting to like be working on
After we work,
like
and
then like you're very good at being like, let's get to work on this, like let's get this done. Like that is also something that I feel like you do like in your life really well. Like you're a very like community oriented person. And like you really value like seeing people and making things happen. And then like I even think about your birthday. Like I'm like, it's so amazing that you're like I want to do this like crazy thing on my birthday where I simulate a flight in my apartment, like everyone come. And there's like an activeness about like making it happen. Like, and then also all your creative projects, even outside of this one, like I feel like that is so true of you. And that's something that I feel like I wish there was more of in the world.
Oh,
and in people.
Oh my God, now
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
So
Proactive.
nice. Yeah.
And so what do you like about
So
it?
and so now you can say one about both of us.
What are you drawn to in other people?
I mean, in terms of like you guys, I mean, the second that we start to, I was like, they're so funny, you know, and I was just like, I'm gonna get along with them. So humor is like obvious.
Ha 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 ha.
Just like that. Just like
Just
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just like that.
Yeah. And just like that. Never seen it.
You ever seen it?
No.
I've only seen it.
Oh, really?
I've not seen Sex and the City. I've
I
just
haven't
seen it just like
I
that.
haven't seen either. Have you?
Wait, what?
we were like operating at too fast of a frequency. And just like that.
We started talking about it just like that.
Yeah. I've seen both.
Okay. So we've each
we complete
it. Someone who's
seen none of it, seen only one, seen both. We need someone who's just seen Sex and the City.
which is the more
So wait,
common.
you've only seen it just like that?
Just the first season.
That's so strange.
It was a really weird
That's
season
like a
of television.
bad place to start.
I know.
Yeah,
I figured it was a
really
funny
bad
place to start.
Yeah.
13. What's the first work of art that had a meaningful impact on you as a
Oh,
child?
I didn't figure out this one. Okay, I'm gonna say one that I think is a show that also we both love.
Oh.
This is the first one I remember being like so into, and like to this day still like define it as Community. From when I was watching The Office in 4th or 3rd grade. I was just like, I wanted to talk to the adults and I wanted to watch the shows with them. And every Thursday I sat in front of NBC's Thursday night lineup and watched all of their shows. And then when Community came out, I watched it for Donald Glover because I loved his YouTube sketches.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is actually the funniest thing I've ever seen. And like deals with genre and like then learned about all the movies they were referencing from it and like how to then use other tones and like parody, but then also to tell a story. Like their episodes that were parodies were still full, really good stories, really funny. Love Community.
I knew you were going to say it actually when you said that. I loved Community too. It was like my whole personality at one
my
point.
whole
like
personality.
I was Abed for Halloween one year and like
Wait, really? So I was I did the evil.
we both played. We were Abed for Halloween at some point, which is crazy. Separately before knowing each other. And then one time I actually like going back to my relationship to other gay men, other gay boys in high school. there's this other gay guy, and actually him being gay is like not really relevant to the story, but I just felt like saying it. Like, was that Community was always in danger of getting canceled.
Yes.
And I was like so stressed about it all the time.
No.
And then this one guy, he was like, "Oh yeah, I think it's like gonna get canceled." And I was like, "No, it's not." He's like, "It probably will." And then I like low key bullied him for 3 years. Like I was like I jokingly was angry at him about it, but then like it stopped being a joke and like
It became real.
And I was like, I was genuinely like mean to this poor guy. Like I still think about it. I'm like, I like want to apologize to him. Like, but it all started because he talked shit about Community.
That seems fair to me. That seems fair to me.
Okay, because you're saying Community, I'm gonna say something that is connected, like to that, like. So I feel like I do love things that are like kind of meta. Like it's not really a huge part necessarily of like my writing anymore. In Fun Pet Names it kind of is, but I feel like I've always been into things that are meta because I was always someone who was really into culture. Like and I loved like referencing culture and all that stuff. But so when I was in middle school, I became really obsessed with horror movies. In like 6th grade, basically, like I was like the funny kid in 5th grade, like, and then I get to 6th grade and I was no longer the funny kid. People were like, "You're gay," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was like getting like so horribly bullied. I'd like come home crying. I'd be like, "I'm being funny," and they're saying I'm gay. And it was like something I was so stressed about, and I like didn't understand it about myself yet. And so I was like, I need something else to like cling on to. And so I became fixated on horror movies. And I was like, I'm into horror movies and like I'm scary and I like scary movies and like they don't scare me.
Yeah.
And like that's not something a gay guy would do. And so like I just like made that my whole personality. And so like I became like, it was like I'd rather be like the weird guy into horror movies than like the gay kid. And so I was really into horror movies and I watched a lot of them and I was just into like the imagery of it and like and I was into them being really scary and like creepy. And I was watching a lot of horror movies and I loved the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and I was like, I had posters of it in my wall, but then I watched Scream and Scream like blew my mind because it is like commenting on and like making fun of horror movies while still like earnestly being a horror movie. Like, and something about that was like so cool to me because I also was really into parody. Like I also loved like the Scary Movie franchise and like the Epic Movie and like all those.
I was too scared to watch
movies.
Scary Movie, so we were in a different.
That's so funny. Yeah, different boat. But I just loved. I think like that was like a huge moment where I was like, I'm into like the meta element of things while still taking it seriously. And I think that's something that's also true of Community. Like, and those are like two like formative texts. I think I also like consider it like there's like culture that I consumed when I like was not out and I'm like that's like those are my straight years. Like I was into Community and I was into Scream.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. What about you?
What's the question? What
are we talking about? Where are we?
Okay, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say this had like a positive, meaningful impact, but it like left an impact. I just remember like Western Massachusetts like wasn't so far from like where we were living, so like going like Mass Mocha.
Oh yeah.
So like we went there, and it was like the first time like experiencing probably like contemporary art, and they're like these boxes. And they're kind of just like the open boxes. And I was like excited to like see what was inside the box.
Yeah.
And like for whatever reason, I was like, it's gonna be pigs.
Oink, oink.
And then I look in there and there's nothing in there.
Oh.
And I was just like, so then like, my parents must have been like, this is the art. And I was like, oh. And that was kind of like, I wouldn't say I was like, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was shocking.
That's profound, yeah.
It was shocking to me,
It's also kind of nice, like those moments like where you have like a negative reaction to art and then like you like reframe that negative reaction. It's kind of interesting where you're like, oh, like I wanted pigs. But then now maybe you're like, oh, but that is actually interesting. Do you feel that way? Or do you feel it's like, it's more like immediately you're like, okay, I get it.
No, I didn't feel like I got it. I was like confounded. 14, what character do you relate to the most from an animation?
Oh, yeah. I relate to American Patriot Jake Sully and no, Avatar.
I didn't even clock. I was so stressed thinking about one. I didn't even clock the Avatar reference.
Yeah, those were. All I could come up with were the little like soot sprites from Spirited Away,
Aww.
and I think they're also in Totoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like they all kind of work together. They're just like they're little cuties.
Yeah.
and they just like they'll float, and then they all like have their little tasks. And yeah, and I just like the yearn to be a little guy that just helps around. I then was reading their Wikipedia when I wanted to learn more about them, and it is like if they don't work hard enough, they like cease to exist, which I don't love that. I don't endorse the soot sprites
that's
work.
very grind.
But it is what it feels
That's
like.
grind.
And like in my bad stuff in
what
my
it
head,
feels
it
like
does feel like if I don't do this as fast enough, everyone will hate me, and then and then I should die. So I do also in that way also relate to the soot sprites in that way.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know, right?
That's so dark.
That's so messed up. I didn't realize that.
I didn't even realize that. Okay. Have you seen Hoodwinked?
No,
Whoa, good
I don't
answer.
think
You've
so.
never seen Hoodwinked?
I know what it is, but I don't think I've
the
seen
government
it.
is trying to stop you from it.
The government is trying, yeah, because it's not on.
Hoodwinked it's not like accessible anywhere. Like it's
Yeah.
not on streaming or
Interesting.
anything.
They're trying to hide it.
They're trying to hide it. And like I've discovered this not too long ago, and it's like a movie that I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
And then my roommate and I, Nate, we were like, we need to get a copy of a DVD of it. And so we found a DVD of it, and we illegally bought it, which means we just ordered it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Used. And then we had to get a DVD player because we didn't own a DVD player. And we hosted like a prohibition style party where we were like, the government is trying to keep us from watching Hoodwinked, but there's this character in it that's a goat. And
Great answer.
And the goat sings like 47 years ago, a witch done put a spell on me. And then he can only sing and he can't speak singing.
Aww.
And he is completely singing, but then later it turns out that actually he can speak, and it's just like a bit that he it's just like for some reason it's thinking he's like la dee dee dee. And I relate to the goat because I constantly have 2 seconds of a song stuck in my head that I am compulsively
Yeah.
repeating over and over again.
Yeah.
And people will be like, "Did you do that?" And I'm like, "Did I?" Like you just spoke, and he's like, "No, did I?" So I relate to him, and so
Yeah.
it's a less profound answer, but it was
I love
the thing
it.
that came to me sort
Yeah.
of
no, but
most
it's a bit
immediately.
that's so good. And Hoodwinked is a good shout out to.
Shout out to Hoodwinked. I was almost going to be like, wait, that should be my favorite animated movie, but I think I'm still going to do the other one that I was going to say, but I love Hoodwinked.
I wonder if it's in the Brooklyn Public Library's
It probably
DVD
is.
Absolutely.
Because it's a
collection.
DreamWorks movie.
Really?
Independently animated in the Philippines. People say that the animation doesn't hold up, and I say it's all about style.
No, I think it's not, and it
Yeah.
stands out more now because
Yeah.
it clearly doesn't seem like.
Yeah. And actually in college, I had a roommate who was obsessed with Pixar. And so we were watching it and he was like, fuck this shit. He was like, this is bad animation. And I was like, you're bigoted. You're limited. You're limited in your worldview. This is good.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about you?
What about you? Huh?
What about you?
One that it's weird though because I rewatched the movie and I was like, oh, I feel like that's who I used to be. But when I first saw it, then I had a short Walk On Girl. It's like an anime film.
Oh, cool.
And it's
I love the title.
I forget who the director is. It's he's like a big director. And the main character, she's just kind of floating from situation to situation. She one of the things is she drinks everybody under the table. She's this little girl. She's she's probably a college
of
student.
age.
Yeah, she's but she's going to bars with these old guys, and she's just drinking everybody under the table. And I don't know, it's just she just has this really whimsical way of going through the world that when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God. I feel I really connected with that character. And then, and watching it recently, I was like, that's a young woman. You know what I mean? I was like, that's a younger woman.
Not drinking under the table anymore.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay. Time has passed.
Yeah.
It is weird when you identify
Yeah.
with something at one age and then you re-engage with it and you're like, oh
And then
my God.
realize you've grown.
Yeah,
And realize time has
like,
passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that can be a nice thing or it can be a sad thing.
Yeah,
When
it was
did
kind
you
of sad.
first watch that?
I had to have been more in my early to mid 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it though, I wonder too, is that it was on HBO and that's why I watched it again. But it was you couldn't watch it in Japanese with subtitles. It like had to be the English dub. So I'm also kind of like, maybe that's like part of like why I'm like seeing it differently too, because I would have watched it.
Because now you don't really watch dubs anymore. Is that the
yeah,
case?
generally speaking, I don't. Because I just feel like it does make a difference to hear it in its like the way it's intended. You know?
I've never seen like a Miyazaki movie without the dub.
Really?
I've only seen the American dubs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dub.
I can only watch Totoro with the
dub.
Fox dub. There's like a lot of it's a whole thing.
There's different politics. Okay, well, the way that you've gestured your hands, we've gone into something that has forum pages of discourse that are endless.
Yeah.
Like at some point there was like Fox like was distributing the film, and they had their dub, and it was like actual voice actors. It was like, and like that's what I grew up like watching,
and then they got, like,
that
a celebrity
one.
dub.
And then Disney now took over the whole Miyazaki thing, and they got all celebrities to do the dubs. But like that's all that you can really find, because Disney like crushed like any previous things.
They love to crush.
So for a really long time, it was like, and my mom got rid of all my VHSs without talking to me about it.
No,
and
oh my god, my VHS collection is like precious.
Mine
to
is
me.
gone, but I regret it. Yeah, I'm pissed.
But yeah, like that's like one that we should have kept, because it was like rare. Actually, like now it's rare.
Lost media.
So I was really upset about it, but ultimately it's now on Internet Archive with the Fox dub. So
Internet Archive.
It's all good. But yeah, like that one, I feel like I can't watch it any other way, because I like watched it as a kid, like that way. So it's like I just like.
Is the Internet Archive legal? Like, what is the deal there? Like people have like movies on the Internet Archive, and I'm like, is this pirating, or is this like going to the library?
It's like going to the library.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Because honestly, maybe Hoodwinked is on the Internet Archive.
Yeah.
Ooh,
maybe.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because actually, so I teach an editing class for animators, and there's this movie that is being suppressed by. It's probably because who did Emperor's New Groove? Was it Disney?
It was Disney. You're bringing up. This is an incredible segue to my favorite movie, my favorite animated movie.
You should watch then. There's this documentary. It's called The Sweatbox, and it's on the Internet Archive. But like, you can't like really get it.
Is it about the making of the movie? I was describing this to you. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No, I was not. It was out there.
He just knows some of the lore.
It just shows you like how radically things can change, like over and like how devastating it is. And it's like, I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Sting's really important. Oh, that's all
I know. And I know he's mad. And I know Sting's mad.
So funny.
Actually, Sting was my last celebrity sighting.
Wow.
But I saw him at a concert.
At his concert?
He was a surprise. He was a surprise guest. He was a surprise guest at the Rob Mathis Christmas concert at SUNY Purchase.
Oh.
Yes.
Whoa.
A lot of different connections. Shout out Rob Mathis, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, Sting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. But like, from my understanding, it's suppressed by Disney.
That makes the most sense.
Because it doesn't necessarily like show things in like the best light.
And like how like it's not about like actually the heart. It's about the business of like getting consumers.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Because it was supposed to be like a much more like nuanced, and the characters were supposed to be much more nuanced, and then they were just like, psych, you know? Yeah.
And now it's my favorite animated movie.
Let's talk about it. 15, feature animation. What's your favorite feature animation?
It's actually Finding Nemo. No, it is the Emperor. It's the Emperor's New Groove. Well, I was really like dancing around, like, because I do like more like, spoilers, we have a Don Hertzfeldt thing for our short animated. And like he had a full feature, It's Such a Beautiful Day, that I love. Yeah. And they're like really incredible, like, feel like use animation to me. But I do think the Emperor's New Groove, in terms of like, I really don't like that I'm saying a Disney movie, but I do think it is kind of a middle finger to the rest of the Disney movies. Mm-hmm. There's nothing like it. They're not using it to merchandise. They're not actually profiting off of it. It feels close to becoming lost.
Yeah.
And it is just like...
And it's Peruvian.
It's Peruvian.
I'm Peruvian.
And it's silly as hell. They'll never make a live action version of it because it is so like just based on like just silly like bits.
Yeah.
And
also like no one who's like not Eartha Kitt could ever play Yzma.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is like David Spade, like it's not super I mean, I guess John Goodman.
Wait, David Spade is the main guy?
Yeah.
David Spade's Cusco.
I will say, like, in terms of, they did get celebrities, but they're like great.
It's just so funny. I think it was the first animated thing that I watched and like connected to the humor, and that's how I initially, connected to media. Before then, I got the other stuff, but that was the first thing that like showed me. And then like my dad showed me Looney Tunes, I think like after and stuff like that, but it had that same like
It is Looney.
humor, like jokes can be delivered visually through animation.
Yeah.
And these are like how they are, and you can almost see them better when they're constructed like that. And The Emperor's New Groove is really funny.
It's a good
Ha
one.
ha ha. Me watching the Emperor's
You
New
watch,
Groove.
just letting out a little.
When I was in because it must have come out when I was in like third grade,
yeah,
and like it was like my whole personality just to like be in class and like get everybody else in class to be like
I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'll watch it.
I want you to rewatch it, and
Yeah.
also
I don't think I like clocked that it took place in Peru when I was watching it, which is a crazy thing.
they did remove, I guess, all the cultural, like, which is a part of it.
But his name is Cusco.
His name is Cusco,
Like-
Pancha, and it is about like the wealthy trying to displace a local community.
Mm-hmm.
And
Interesting.
it's about the plight of the peasant, actually.
Yeah.
Emperor's New
The
Groove.
plight of the peasant. Mine is, I don't know if this is like technically cheating, or I would say it's kind of a pushing the boundaries answer.
Okay.
That is an Avatar.
It's Avatar: The Way
Looney
of Water.
Tunes back in action with Brendan Fraser, and it's live action and animated. I like love the Looney Tunes, like their energy. Like
Wait, those are both of Looney
'cause
Tunes
these are
energy.
Looney Tunes
Yeah.
energy, like, and I think I love that movie. Like, also going to the community scream thing. Like, it was also like meta. It was like talking about the film industry, and it was like talking
Yeah.
and like
About Warner
they,
Brothers.
They were the Looney Tunes characters, but they also knew they were the Looney Tunes characters. They're like, I'm a celebrity, and there's this iconic moment where, to reference another piece of media that I love, the live action Scooby-Doo, starring Matthew Lillard, who's also in Scream, friend of the pod.
Really good friend of the pod.
There's a scene
Matthew,
where
you're
like,
listening, you
Matthew
listen to
Lillard
everything.
is like at a like power lunch with like the animated Shaggy and Scooby, and they're like reaming him out for his performance in the movie. They're like, you humiliated us, like Scooby, who like we know to be so kind, is like foaming at the mouth, like ready to bite him. Like, you get to see like all these animated characters that we like know and love, but you get to see sort of like the Hollywood like behind the scenes.
That's so
like
fun.
that's
Yeah.
depiction of them, which is very fun. And
Yeah.
there's like great dance sequences, and there's like a lot of playing with like the form of animation. Like, at one point they're like in the Louvre and they're like running through like different paintings, and it's affecting how they look, and like Bugs Bunny's like in the Scream, and so like he gets hit and he's like, oh, like, and then they run through like that famous Dali painting, like, and so they start melting,
Yeah.
and so then he has to draw himself back
Yeah.
together. There's a lot of like real iconic images there, and I feel like are playing with the idea of animation, and then also there's a meta narrative there. That's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, 17. What's your favorite short animation?
Do we have the same answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we should. honestly.
1, 2, 3.
World of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one. I don't know if I've even seen the other ones.
I've seen the second
Big
one. I don't think I've seen
fan.
the- and I'm a huge fan of the first one, but
It's
Such
so
a-
good.
it's so
I think it's the
beautiful.
first like short film I watched. Like, also, like, I remember like watching it. I think I was a freshman in college, or maybe saw it.
no, it was.
I think I was freshman in college.
We were freshmen because I remember I did the Kickstarter for it when it came out, and then they mailed to my freshman dorm.
Oh wow!
The DVD
It was
of it.
Kickstarter funded.
It was Kickstarter funded, and
That's
then they got a
crazy.
little still of animation from It's Such a Beautiful Day.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah, a little one of the-
jealous.
yeah,
I'm
which
so
I've
jealous.
Lost. Actually, I've lost it.
Oh,
Lost the
no.
Maybe.
That was the first time I was like, whoa, this is really cool. And like, I would like sit down people and like make them watch that like multiple
Yeah,
times.
same.
And then also like when back in the Facebook days, old, just joking. I'm joking. Like, cover photo at one point
Wait.
was like a still from,
really?
Yeah, World of Tomorrow.
Aw.
My desktop background is always a still from World of Tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Always. I just love the images of it,
It's-
like the museum of walking through other people's memories. And getting to
Yeah,
see that,
it was like so profound. Like, and I hadn't experienced like that level of like profundity.
But it was also very dry about it. It was very
Yeah.
profound, and it like throws away like
kinda
really
dark.
weighty things.
Yeah.
Or like throwaway things. But it doesn't make them jokes, but it is like when that we, and like
There's
that's
that
just,
line where she's like, sometimes I like sit in this chair and I quietly feel very bad. Like, and I was like, yeah, that's me.
Don Herzl is so good at those. Yeah.
And honestly, huge, like, not actual reference in terms of, I didn't write doom scrolling with it in mind, but then when we were like thinking like the visual style, like just like you're seeing an image and then you're seeing another image and you're going to something else. Like we did, like I was like, it is kind of like World of Tomorrow. Like it felt like a mood board in a way.
Yeah, and it's also like not as high fidelity.
Yeah.
Like it is a very,
The stick
it is
figures.
like a 3D, like
Yeah.
they're stick figures, and we did a little more like me
Yeah.
emoji
We did.
version.
I think we did the 3D version of stick figures.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
But a little bit more advanced. Like,
but I think that's
Yeah.
like showing like minimal animation
Yeah.
is also can be very profound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a
I
good-
love that.
Love that. I need to watch it
Well,
again.
that's tomorrow. I know. I haven't seen it in a little bit actually.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I would kill to see that in the theater.
I know.
Yeah.
Like all three
Make it
of them.
happen.
Yeah.
Get a screening together.
Yeah.
What's your
What about
favorite
you?
long and short one?
Oh.
We skipped
Oh, yeah.
And then did we actually skip
No,
one?
you did
No,
your
but
long
we're gonna
one.
go back to one.
Okay,
There's
I
one
was
that
a-
we have to go back, and I actually realized I probably said like the wrong numbers for them, but it's okay.
That's I lost track.
Feature. First one's coming in mind is Totoro. I don't know that
Yeah.
it's like,
No,
but like
that's-
right in this moment, yes,
Yes,
let's say
take
it.
Yeah, no, that was
And
that's such a perfect vibe. I want to live in there.
Sure. I really love, but I feel like I could probably have a better answer, but like it always feels like it's my favorite. Do you guys know Rippon at all? He's like an Estonian animator. He's like old. He's like probably in his 80s at this point, but like he has this one film called Egg Maha, which I think is Time's Up.
What like the style?
It's 2D.
Okay.
Do
Yes.
you prefer 2D over 3D animation?
Ooh, yeah. Choose.
I think probably yes, but I also like I think I like 3D so much more now, and like for a long time 3D had to be very like tied to like a realistic kind of like when you think about like Pixar, it's very
Yes.
like just like simulating like actual real life, and anything that was straying from that like was weird.
Yeah. Like Hoodwinked.
Or Food Fight.
Yeah,
that-
I've seen Food Fight.
I've seen Food Fight.
I've never seen Food Fight.
Really
Oh my
weird.
God.
I think it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
on YouTube. It's the worst animation quality you're ever, and it's gonna be a ride.
really weird. I think that's what I like about like 2D is that like it can be like anything.
Yeah.
But for a long time 3D couldn't be like that, but now it is.
Yeah, it feels like a real like boom of like,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel horrible because I'm like I love Blender, like shout out like free software making these things, and I haven't seen these two movies yet because I just was so sad that I missed them in theaters. Flow was the movie like was
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
done in
I haven't seen
Blender,
Flow yet.
and then Boys Go to Jupiter.
Yes,
I
actually,
like,
I'm interviewing him next week.
no,
Yes.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so
You're interviewing Julian Glander? Are we the precursors to Julian Glander?
Sorry.
Julian Glander, you are the biggest inspiration to me getting into Blender, which I should have given a shout out before. Like that, like I've shown you so much
you
Julian
showed me that
Glander to
Julian
like be like,
Glander.
this is kind of the vibe I want.
This is actually where I learned the word ISO.
yes, so like
Isometric.
and also I love Julian Glander's video game art school so
yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Such
yeah,
an
yeah.
just gonna like and also like because it is like both video games and like I want to make like artsy video games like that. So
That's so cool.
And the
I'm so
cast of his,
excited.
like he's got all the perfect comedians. He's got
Yes.
like
Oh my God, so
Chris
good.
Fleming, Julio Torres.
Wow.
But that is so exciting. I'm
Yeah,
so hyped
I'm
for that.
excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, but him being able to do all
But yeah, the movie's
is
really good. Like,
It's
I love that movie.
there's movies that like I know that's going to be like my favorite movie of the year, and then when it's that, I'm like, well, then I have to see it with people, and I have to know like.
and then you don't see it during
And then
the
I don't
year.
see it, and then I don't see any other movies because I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I didn't see what would have been my favorite movie, so why am I gonna go see Now You See Me, Now You See Me Again, the third time you've seen me, or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Wow.
So-
Shout out Julian Glander.
Shout out to the for actual friend of the pod soon to be.
Actual friend of the pod.
Can't wait. I think this is 17. What character from an animation did you or do you have a crush on?
Oh.
Yeah,
I have kind of a weird answer for this.
so do I. Don't
I
worry.
think there's
Um,
no
I
such
guess-
thing
I
as
guess
a
there's no
normal
such
answer.
thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm remembering
exactly.
now. But okay, and I don't even like fully like this feels like this is like a very faded memory. The feeling is there, but I don't actually like remember what this thing looks like fully. I think I do, but I haven't like gone back to check. I think it's like a common thing, like that, like villains are kind of like there's like something queer coded about them, like and like all this stuff. And I remember like as a kid, like before even like knowing that I was gay, like I think there's this animated movie, the 2D animation, a cartoon. Is that the word? There's a 2D animated film,
We know what we're talking about. We're professionals in the field.
Thumbelina. You seen this? And there is like a villain that is like Like I think like he's like a cloud. Like he's like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like
I'm having a hard time picturing.
there's like this evil.
he's a noble,
It's like
like,
an
black
evil
cloud.
man. No, it's not noble. It's like an evil man. Like who's like it's like the villain. And he's like, "Ugh," like, and I remember
Shadows?
like feeling like I like felt something. Like I was like, oh my god, like I'm scared of him. Like but in a positive way. But I just remember like as a kid, like I think I had a lot of like subconscious like crushes that I didn't realize were crushes. Like I had like actual like real life crushes too that I didn't realize were crushes. And then I think I had this like villain. And I'm like sort of like, what does that mean about my? I was like I was drawn to like a dark presence, like sexually, like romantic, like not romantically, like scandalized.
Yeah,
without
that's
knowing.
incredible.
Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
that's me.
To think about this today, what animated character do I have a crush on today? And for some reason, it's kind of like, maybe it's because I desire his life, but also I was talking about it with my roommates. And it was like, it'd be really fun to have a one night stand at this person's house. And that is Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
But so your crush isn't Wallace. Your crush is just to.
No, it's kind of Wallace too. Like, it's just like, imagine you wake up in the morning at Wallace's house from Wallace and Gromit. And then all of a sudden your bed, like, he's like, well, 2 to you then. It's been lovely. And then your
so
bed like
funny.
slides and you like boom, clothes on in the chute. Gromit like hands you like a little like toast with cheese and like perfectly buttered.
That's
Yeah.
so
Like he
funny.
understands how to butter his bread. Like back to the first thing that
A
Yes.
nice,
I ate.
a nice morning meal.
A nice
Yes.
morning
Breakfast in
meal, and
bed.
I want a nice morning meal of Wallace.
Bread in bed.
Also, because just haven't talked. I was like, I also just need to get Wallace on there. I love Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I've actually never seen a full one of those movies.
They're short.
That's why I'm not giving you.
I
a
got one on
strong
VHS.
reaction.
I got come over, and then I got the wrong
Well, where's
trousers.
the VHS player?
And what? The TV.
You got one.
Yeah,
The frick.
I got I have a VHS TV player.
There's so much I don't know.
I was gonna say I really want to rewatch the one with the penguin, like that.
The wrong trousers is the
wrong
one with the penguin.
trousers.
Yeah, the wrong trousers has the
'Cause
penguin. I love the penguin.
Was like, there was something so haunting about the way he blinked.
Best villain of all time is the penguin from. Not from the
I don't know this one
Batman, but from
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit, the wrong trousers.
Wow.
The little
so
like
good.
chicken
Yeah,
glove.
so good.
He was just like he
love
was
that
a
one.
stone cold killer.
Yeah.
Like and like you know.
Horrifying.
Yeah, no. You see his eye like,
Haunting.
and they like don't eat like they make him scary in a way that like other things would be like.
When some things are really scary as a kid, you're like, why'd you go that far?
But like it's not like.
No, it wasn't like.
And he's not like scary in that like it's just like the first time like I've seen like there's something's lacking in his eyes that is
Yeah.
compassion for other people.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And like that's like a different kind of like
Yeah.
he'll cut you down.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he comes across their path. I think he escapes from prison.
Oh.
I think in the beginning it's like penguin
They
escaped.
needed. Yeah. He was like their tenant.
Was it their tenants?
I think so. I think they were like trying to make some money, so like they like.
Oh, and then he moves in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Really good.
Oh, other
Great
credit.
character.
What about you?
What about you?
Oh.
Like the shock that
I'm
it's
shocked
the
every
shock that it's
time.
coming in. Like, they turn the mirror.
I feel like I recently like was like, if somebody asks me like, this is my answer, and now I can't think of what it
A
was.
lot of people have been talking about Zootopia. People,
Oh, that's funny.
there's people have crushes on both the leads in Zootopia.
Interesting. Yeah. I
ACAB
don't
includes
know.
Judy Hopps in my
Oh
eyes.
yeah, true.
That's-
Oink oink. I don't care if you're a bunny. Oink oink.
This did out of all the questions and some that will like get more personal. This one is the one that was like, whoa, all right, this one's a real deep look into the soul. Then this one was.
I'm like a dark presence. Like, I'm
Yeah, the way you really
like,
did.
what does that say? I was like, oh my god.
That's
You
funny.
had to think about it.
Oh wait, no. Okay, I know what my answer is.
What is it?
Have you guys seen Common Side Effects?
I watched the pilot of it because I love and I was like, this is gonna be incredible. I'm so excited, and then didn't continue watching it, but
It's
only because it was
really
like
good.
tied to another person, and then like hard to like get to linked up to
Tied
keep
the person.
just to keep watching in tandem with someone else's.
Yeah.
We never finish it.
Get stressful.
It's really good.
Who in it?
So I can't think of the guy's name, but like the guy,
The lead.
which is like weird.
He's
because
convicted. He's got.
There's like,
Convicted.
it's like.
Felon?
I think
No,
that
like
it's
conviction.
like I just like in watching the show, like as it was going on, I was like, why am I like so into it? Because
know.
he's like this schlubby, like he's always got his shirt open, but he's like not like hot. Like I wouldn't like say he's hot, but there's something
But he doesn't
about
give a fuck.
there's something about like I think because he's got a really good heart. He's very like principled, and he's like always doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And then also he has this like romance with like somebody that he went to like high school with, and then they got like reconnected. I think I'm like a sucker for that kind of
The high school reconnection.
Wait, she's the assistant to the pharmaceutical guy? I was really excited about that. Like, there would be a spark there.
Yeah, and
That's so
I
funny.
just think that like, it just
Did that get picked up for a second season?
I think so.
I would hope.
I think so.
That's why I was like, I think once it did, I was like, okay, I'm good. I can take a little break.
That is the thing
Yeah.
about an animation crush. Like, it's never like, oh, I'm attracted to this.
Yeah.
You go, why am I attracted?
Yeah.
Like, it becomes like a dissection
Yes.
of like what you're attracted
Yeah.
to. Like,
Like I'm attracted to like a full operated network of like trains and like breakfast. I think that would make me like a robot that would then shoot up and like perfectly time up the butter to hit the bread when it gets in the air.
Yeah.
Like think about all the like practice they had to do. Oh, Wallace.
Wallace.
Wow, Wallace.
Oh, Wallace.
18, when were you most discouraged in pursuing your creative path?
Oh yeah, this was the other one. I was like, oof. Back to back. Wallace would have talked me through this.
The rest of the questions are all like intense.
We're in that point. Oh, it's okay.
Honestly, like right when I graduated college, I had this really weird experience where we would like went to like a private college, art school, like it was like just inherently like a really privileged environment to be in. But I think I felt very much like on the same playing field as everyone. Like we were just sort of like all pursuing things, and we were all like auditioning and trying to make things in the same pot. Basically, we all lived in the same places, and
There's like a fake little Hollywood where we each made each other. Like we all did
like
plays
a mini
and
like
fake little town
industry, like
and we were in charge. Yeah.
And then when I got out of college, like all of a sudden, there were all of these like money related things that I hadn't like emotionally prepared myself for.
Yep.
So we might be out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Hi.
Do you have it booked?
Oh, we didn't.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Okay.
We are so back.
We're so bad. Oh my God.
Get comfortable in this butterfly.
Whoa, just in time for the really personal questions.
I'm gonna.
true.
It's true. It's
Something
gonna
we're
be
talking about when
therapy.
you felt least motivated and bad after.
That's what we were talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we were interrupted.
About leaving college.
Yeah.
Do I just jump right back into it?
I think it's kind of funny though.
It's
like,
kind of-
we're just continuing.
So basically, I left college, and I think all of a sudden, like the economic implications of like being an artist like became very like I just hadn't thought about that like on like such a micro level. But all of a sudden it was like a bunch of people like their parents helped pay for their first 3 months of rent or something like that, or like people moved to LA and like they bought them a car, or like people had like very like impressive like unpaid internships like that they could afford to like not have a job while working, like. And I think that was like a very hard thing to like process, because I was like, I just was so like angry at the world, like, and it really discouraged me. And then I think it was like, honestly, like not even like a period. It was like multiple years. People were making short films for like $9,000, $10,000. Some people were crowdfunding. Some people had like financiers and stuff like that. Like, but I was just a little bit like, I think I was very like discouraged by just like, I was like, I can't do this. And like, it's so unfair that like, this, but I think I've recently entered like a zone with it. I'm like, it will in the long term be like exciting, and like I'll feel proud to be like I like made things on my own terms, and like I made it work, like with resources that I feel like were very different from other people who are sort of in our orbit. And I'm like, I think it's important to also talk about this stuff, because there's just not a lot of transparency around money in the arts, like, and like how things get paid for, how even like people like spend negative money to make things happen for themselves. The idea of paying to play almost. And also I'm like entering a phase where I'm also like, no one cares, just move forward. like where I'm like finances are hard. And like, I think it's weird coming from like a place, like I grew up in like a very wealthy town, like, but that wasn't like necessarily my circumstance. And then I went to private college and like those things, even I think my brain was like a bit warped from being in very privileged environments and always being the least privileged person there, like, or feeling that way at least. When in reality, I'm like very privileged still. You know what I mean? It's a privilege to even have a private education, like, and it's a privilege to like be able to find a way to make things work, like even with a day job and all that stuff. Like, so. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I would say I was discouraged for 5 years. And now I'm just sort of like, just keep working.
Yeah.
Our discouragement years really overlapped.
Yeah.
I think it was also like in school, you are just really, you make stuff on your own and it is independent, but everything you are taught about is like, these are the funnels. You can go the agency path. Do you want to be an assistant, like to be a writer's assistant? Like they just really showed you the hierarchies. And like even us in like, we built our own hierarchies, copying the same, like the larger like studio systems. And I think I like the pandemic and before even like going on my own and just like being further away from everybody, like teaching that and like kind of seeing the artifice of it. I was like, oh, if these are like the creative paths, I don't want to go down those because it involves like pushing other people in a lot of ways, like because just from the scarcity of it, or like some
being
of them
treated
like,
poorly,
or like being being treated poor, like, and not that I didn't. I also like just ended up the first job I got moved me into VFX, and I was like, oh, editing, I love editing. Let me just latch onto that more. So basically, the feeling least discouraged was when like I basically was like only creating for myself. And creating for like my friends and getting to like, I don't know, I guess a thing I didn't tell about myself about me in high school, which is really indicative. I wrote a pilot for my old physics teacher.
Oh my God.
Like my AP physics teacher, and then a friend in my class just had like this really sitcom-y dynamic. They just really bounced off each other. I was like, there should be a laugh track here. So I wrote a full pilot of them living in the house with the Pope, because one of them loved the Pope, Catholic school. So the Pope, and then like this motivational speaker the teacher read quotes of before. So like the four of them were living in a house together, and we all read the pilot, and they killed it.
Yeah.
Like to get to like have my physics teacher like have the comedy lead in a multicam was just really fun to do. And I mainly really wrote, like when we were in sketch troupe together, my favorite thing to do, the first person I found like, oh, I love writing for this person, and like having you do really silly things and like really just chew the scenery. It was Santi, it was you. And it was really fun to do that. So I mainly just wrote to be in this moment sharing with other people and letting them kind of like have fun and like playground
element of it. I feel like losing like a built-in community element to making art, like I think after college is a hard thing, like because all of a sudden everyone's in a kind of different boat in a different hustle.
Because because if the community's not the main reason, then it is finances. Is it? Do you want fame? Do you want finance? Do you want like?
And even if you want community, it's like, can you afford community? You know what I mean?
Because
like,
the more community-based things are not the paying structures.
Yeah. Or they cost money too. Like
UCB, like you're paying literally UCB.
For like years, I was like, I'm not going to pay for class. Like I went to college, like, and then now like I've been like, actually like I am going to pay for class. Like it is, because it's a nice way to meet people.
Yeah.
And it's a nice way to also like just practice like your craft. But honestly, like Joe's a huge part of like the journey of getting out of this rut, because Joe and Nate, he was like, you should make a short film and like I'll help produce it. He kept saying that to me and I was like, I don't know, I don't have a short film. And then eventually I was like, well, I guess I could turn these fun pen name scenes into a bunch of short films and it could be kind of fun to like experiment with the different styles. And he's like, you should. And then Joe was like, I'll edit them. And then the actual process of shooting the first one was like really stressful, because I just like didn't know how to, I was acting in the first one and I didn't like understand how to articulate like what I wanted. And like, Like they'd
Yeah.
be talking about like the line. And I'm like, what's the line? Like the 180 line? Like
Yeah.
the rule. Yeah,
I just felt so out of my
What's that
depth.
line?
And I felt like I wasn't like super present in enjoying getting to perform and also enjoying getting to direct. And then in the process of editing with Joe, I like discovered that like editing feels kind of like how rehearsal feels.
When you said that, it like broke my because I came in loving theater just because Santi ran these theater rehearsals, and it's like, look at this, we're all kind of just hanging out, but also
we are, like, working towards
we're working on
something.
something, but like I'm here because I'm excited to hang out and then also build something with a bunch of people.
And like we're trying things, and like I think like shooting is like there's not. I think it is important. I like want to like have the energy of a director that like on set it feels like we're still just trying things, but there is like a real time issue, like and a finance issue, like where you like we have to get the shot. If we don't have it, we're like we don't have it. Like, but then with editing, it's like we have what we have, and like let's try this, and then maybe we'll try this. I had been working on this like very stylized, very specific script for so long, and like I was just sort of like, here's the thing, and like it's an album and it's a place and it's a, you know, like and all these I felt very like alone in the kitchen. And then all of a sudden I was with another person and we were still working on this thing that I had created, but like Joe understood the language, and it wasn't the kind of thing of like how can we like figure out the best way to like accomplish the thing I want to do. And it became more so like, oh, like Joe understands this thing as well, and like Joe's idea could be something that I didn't even think of, and it is the correct idea. Like it was like I was having the experience of like the best idea wins. Sometimes it is just about working with someone who like has similar reference points as you. And also I think you knowing me as like a theater director and like a playwright.
I've read all your work, like
made it like also understand something. And so that was a huge part of it. So I like credit Joe and Nate for also like kind of getting me out of this sort of rut period. For sure.
And then same for me. Like it was just, I guess when the creative path felt worse, it was just like when I felt worse about myself creatively. It was just like, I don't want to make anything. I don't need to make anything. Like when I didn't want to write or create, I was like, let me learn these like skills, like more like get into the Adobe suite, fuck Adobe. Had to say
enemy of the pod.
I mean, because the rest of them are like
all of our shorts are edited on Adobe also.
But now Santi's inspired me to like also get back into creating my like I just wrote a play, which has been super inspired by like Santi's writing and also just the creative process, and then wanting to also share that with a bunch of like people here, and then hopefully Santi will come out for it because I'm gonna plug it, and it's not so that'll make me have to make the play if I plug it.
Maybe next year.
Maybe this year.
Oh,
better be this year. I got the
this
name.
Year.
This
Airplane.
No,
airport.
Scenes from an airport.
Scenes from an airport. And one.
I'm going to put on a sweatshirt.
Yes. And that has to stay in. How excited we were for the sweatshirt. It's all
I really feel like I'm
layers.
about to do karaoke. Maybe lock them doors
and turn them lights.
With 5 seconds.
I love the theory of karaoke, but I rarely have like I rarely have like a really great karaoke song.
Really? I love karaoke.
I have like one iconic karaoke moment.
Okay.
I was working in Santa Fe, and we had like karaoke, like all the people who were like grad students at this college. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
When we sang Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba.
Tub Thumping's such a
really good one.
Which one?
Tub Thumping. Like
he
takes a whiskey drink,
he takes a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink, he drinks a cider drink, he drinks but the main one is
Piss in the Night.
It's not Piss in the Night away.
I get knocked down.
That's the chorus.
It has like 3 like that song is like all hooks. Like
yeah,
it's like
all hooks, but I Get Knocked Down is for sure the chorus.
Yeah, no, it is the chorus, but like I mean like all parts of the song are like hooky.
They are all hooky.
To me at least. For me.
Piss in the night away.
Piss in the night away.
Okay. So 19 is your surprise question.
Oh my gosh.
How would you define the concept of doom scrolling? Just like the word.
Oh, the word doom scrolling. I was like, okay.
I was like, I do think part of it is the desire to like, in some cases, the lack of control over things, or at least like the perceived lack of control. So then like forcing witness is the like only thing to do in response.
Yeah.
When things, in terms of like the larger overarching doom, and specifically like in the way that social media is now also then like outlets that are like, or like windows that are in some ways like the optimal way to take in like of just like unadulterated other people's experience and like windows into, you know, everything through the like through like genocide, just to like see genocide like through, and just to be able to endlessly see more and more and then witness it and have some sort of like, I don't know, I think it's very like, because it's a feeling of also like wanting to feel like a witness, but also also the way that like if it's you want to be angry too, you can just like, it's doom and anger, like
to
emotion,
elicit some sort of reaction,
which is like very strong and can feel principled, but is also like addictive and like. And I think those negative emotions that algorithms also weaponize against, like rage, like Instagram rage baiting. I think like that is the original thing of doom scrolling. I think of that like, and also the like the desire to want to stop. I think also is when it becomes doom scrolling. But
you're not stopping.
But you're not stopping because it's like, I need to know more. I need to feel like I'm in control because I need to know more. I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Our brains already do that. I feel like before we had scrolling, because. It feels like a perfect name for the piece, but I had written the piece before that phrase had been invented, like, or before I'd heard that phrase. It used to be called. Some would call this a tantrum. That was that's what it was called, which is like not even that great of a name. And then I heard the word doom scrolling and I was like, that's what it is. That's like the feeling, like
that like endless spiral, like it's awful, but also you also still are hurtling towards the ground, like, and there's no end because there is no end. It's mainly
inspired by feelings I was having when I wasn't scrolling. But it's like your brain recreates like the feeling of scrolling, like where you just go through all these different thoughts and different ideas, and like.
And then it ended up feeling like scrolling again once we like really flashing through things that you kind of can't comprehend. Doom scrolling.
Watch on no budge.
Watch on no budge.
Watch on no budge. Witness the horrible
witness doom scrolling
on no budge.
Well, and then also like something that I think is important about like doom scrolling, or not important, but important to say if anyone's afraid to watch it.
Love the voice crack on that.
If anyone has listened this far and hasn't seen doom scrolling, like
that's
doesn't know
so
us, like
funny.
That's so cool.
That's
Thank
so
you.
cool. That's
But my parents said that it's nice. Like I've had like family members be like, it's nice that it ends in a feeling that is not that doom feeling. And so
I love the end.
It needs that ending. It has, if you haven't watched, it's actually like there's a beautiful coda that will make you feel, spoilers, there's a beautiful coda.
Ultimately uplifting.
With art, it is important to create things that do reveal and like get you in touch with like I think like uglier and darker things in life. But I do also believe that it is important to like not like leave people there necessarily, like unless like you really have something that you want to say, like, but I like the idea of like, okay, you can go on this journey of like the doom scrolling thing, like, but I swear like I'll take care of, like, you'll be okay like, in the end, which is also a thing of fun pet names. It's like there's darkness, but it's like like there's a little
I don't know how to describe that to the audio listener.
There's like a little tongue sticking the tongue out,
the
sticking tongue
but
emoji,
then also did like a fun little hand gesture.
Head is tilted to the side.
It's really funny that your parents, I guess my parents were also, nah, they didn't get it. They didn't. They genuinely, they were like, we don't know what happened.
They just kept being like, it was just so nice that you're so stressed, but then you're okay. Like that was sort of that was their main takeaway. That's
a great takeaway.
My parents.
Friends of the pod.
Silvia and Cholo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've defined it.
Defined the
because I don't know. It
question.
like bothers me like the way people use it. I'm like, I don't think they're using that word right.
Because what do you think it is?
There's a real darkness to it.
I think doom scrolling started more with like news being bad, and then people were just like obsessively like reading the news.
Yeah.
But then now it's like I'm scrolling through Instagram. I'm doom scrolling. I'm like, I don't think that's the same thing.
No,
I think there just always is a feeling of impending doom now. So like anything you do is doom. Like it's like having lunch, doom lunching. Like
you're scrolling and there's doom, but like that's you have to
doom
like
podcasting.
Yeah.
Like,
we're doom
podcasting. Yeah.
Okay. 20.
Oh my god.
Are you spiritual?
Do you feel like you're spiritual?
I've come to I think I'm spiritual in a way of like and this, I don't know how to make this. I'll hopefully talk through it. I like worship the city. I feel like the city is like a spiritual enough center. Like it isn't like a living, like breathing thing that like, that, I don't know. I feel like that's like become the sense of like community is, I mean, that's what brings other people to faiths. I think that's what is a really strong thing about so many faiths is a sense of community. So I feel like I fully think of the city as like a larger spiritual, in New York City in particular, but also just the idea of the city and the idea of what we owe to each other and to our communities. So like that's what's like kind of gotten me through years where I wasn't being as creative, was just like doing like community, like cooking and like free fridge stuff and just like nourishing that, which is a very spiritual, like, 'cause also like, yeah, cooking is also spiritual.
Yeah, cooking is very spiritual.
Like those are like the rituals. Like I'm very spiritual and like now like cooking and rituals, and then the city is the church.
Yeah.
Okay,
That makes sense.
cool. As soon as we got to the, as soon as we changed location, like, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling much more. The questions are deeper, but
I know it's the deeper and the low lighting. I would say I am very spiritual, like, but I experience spirituality, I think, like in community, I teach this movement practice called action theater, which I brought up earlier from the documentary.
So cool.
And it's something that I've like practiced for like 8 years now. Like, and I have felt a lot of spirituality there because it's like a practice of like being present and in your body, and it's improvisation. And like, there's this element of, I feel like the most spiritual experiences I've had have been, one of the most spiritual experiences I had was like in this yurt in Santa Fe studying with Ruth, where like I just had this moment where I was like, oh, like I don't come up with the ideas, like the improvisation does. Like I'm in service of the improvisation, and like there was this feeling of like letting go of like ego. I'm not like a fan of religion. Like I'm not a fan of like organized religion. Like,
bless
and
you.
so even bless you. Well, I bless you.
Bless you. Wait.
Think about that.
You got the spirit in you.
But like, so I don't even necessarily like want to even consider like that practice like my spiritual. I think it's a spiritual practice, like, but then also like journaling feels like spiritual to me. Like recently, and sometimes I don't have enough time to journal, and like I am someone who like I journal every morning for like 30 minutes to an hour, like and 30 hours, 30 minutes to an hour, and I start to feel really like crazy if I don't get to do it, and a lot of times when work really ramps up, like it's hard, and so I'll start recording audio messages in the car.
That's awesome.
And I had a moment recently where I was like, I think this is like what religious people feel like when they're praying. Like, cause I'm like, who am I talking to? Like, but I'm like processing my feelings, and then I talk about what I want and like how I feel, like what I feel like I'm coming up against. And like that to me feels very spiritual, and like making art feels very spiritual because I feel like it's like about, for me at least, I feel like it's about like trying to make sense of and communicate what I feel like being a person is. And what's nice, what I found like really like special about making art is like when you do that and it's so personal to you, and then you get to make it with other people, and they have that same feeling of like, this is what being a person feels like for me too. Like even if their experience is like completely different from yours. And so making art feels very spiritual, and then consuming art feels very spiritual. Like in my year of 300 movies, like it almost felt like a spiritual practice to like sit down and be like, I like need to like connect with like humanity in some way.
That's what the monks did.
So the monks watched 300 movies. Their letterbox went crazy.
The monks went crazy. They did 300 days of Bible, but 300 Bible, but also they would have like got Blockbuster stuff. And they just would have watched.
Oh, I miss Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
That was church.
Blockbuster's Blockbuster's church. Yeah, that's everything can be church.
Are you spiritual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel religious, but I do feel like I believe in like God, and I do like to pray, and like it just like is like a comfort to feel like there's just something else, you know? And also too, like I feel very like, and like I feel like I've been more connecting to this again like lately, of just like with like people who have like passed, like just feeling like connected to them in various ways. And like I just go through phases where like my grandma is like really like coming through, and like I'm going through one of those phases like lately where it's just like I'm just like she's like here, you know, and it's crazy.
I had that for the first time this year too. I like was watching this movie, and my grandpa had just passed. He like passed in March, and for some reason like I was like I couldn't stop crying during this like movie that like I didn't even really like that much. And I had this moment where like I was thinking about like my grandpa's life because he came from a different generation where I don't feel like he got to like let out all of his feelings necessarily. And I was like hoping that like at least he had some peace with certain things that he had experienced. And I feel like all I do is like process my feelings and like try and like move on for things. And I had a moment where I was like, I feel like he's actually with me and he's like gifting me this, like, and this is the thing that I wish I had from him for him. And that instead I'm getting, and I felt his presence. And I also, I relate to what you're saying.
Yeah. It's nice when you can tap into whatever that is, you know, and like it feels very real and important.
Without being like Book of Matthew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Corinthians said this would happen.
Yeah. He's like, I love Book of Matthew.
That's my favorite
You're talking
book.
my favorite book? I'm sorry, it goes Job, Matthew, Mark.
I was talking about Job yesterday.
Exodus.
The Book of Job I hear is good.
That's a good one. I recommend that. I recommend the dubbed.
The dubbed one. Oh yeah. The Fox dub.
Yeah, the Fox dub for Book of Job. Director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. I was about to be like, wow, I really like once we've moved locations, I really serious that. I was like, no, I didn't. I think that was it. That was my sentence.
That's my time, people. That's so funny.
Do you think the Pope, how many years do you give it till the Pope has a podcast?
Aww.
Oh my God.
Well, we've got an American Pope.
Exactly.
Now.
And he gave us his 4 favorites.
Yeah. So it's, I think
Favorite
I say 10 years.
podcast?
No, like, you know, Letterboxd does 4. Do you know about Letterboxd 4 favorites?
It was WTF with Mark Maron, Radio Lab, Pod Save America, and then Cometown?
Honorable mention Las Culturistas.
Wait, his 4 favorite. What?
So, do you know about Letterboxd?
Yes.
Okay, so on like a Letterboxd podcast,
We talked about locking
on Letterboxd, like you can put your 4 favorites, and it's like on your profile, and like they have like on their social media, they like interview people, and they be like, "What's your 4?" They like ambush people with the question of like, "What's your 4 favorites?" And they list them, and like the little posters show up. And
Everybody's
he wasn't interviewed by Letterboxd.
No,
but on
everyone's
Sunday,
asking for favorites
He gave
now.
like a 4 favorite films.
Yeah.
Like and so you're like, oh my god, he goes 4 favorites.
What were they?
The Entourage movie.
Babe 2, Pig in the City.
David Pig in the City.
No,
Mad Max Fury Road.
I think it was like It's a Wonderful Life. It was something.
You're like Casablanca or something.
They were like. I was like, okay.
And then he said Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
And
Sorry,
doom
I forgot we had to admit that
scrolling.
that's
Yeah.
and doom scrolling.
Yes.
Lies.
The Pope's 4 favorite.
Yeah.
No, actually, he likes Baby. He's like, why isn't Baby like more? Why aren't people watching Baby as much? And I was like, true. Thank you, Pope. Who was born in Peru, actually.
Oh.
I think, or he has some relationship to Peru. He's not Peruvian, but
Or he like was like there for like
he was like. I think he might have been
He's
born
been
there,
to Peru.
or maybe
He had a
our first Pope who has been to Peru.
You're not gonna
Yeah,
spend a week.
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, great. 10 years.
So we're spiritual.
Yeah, we're spiritual.
All of
We're
us in this
spiritual
room are
bunch.
equally spiritual.
21. And this is actually like, I think about this a lot in terms of spirituality. I'm like, when I die, and I'm like I'm imagining I'm gonna like get to meet God, and I'm like, I have so many questions. So many questions. So this is like, if you had a crystal ball, or if you could talk to God. And you could learn like the truth about yourself, your life, the future, anything that you can think of, like, what would you want to know?
Okay, so I like have like very like obsessive thinking, like and I get anxious about like the idea of like ever seeing a psychic, like because I don't want to get told.
Oh my God.
Like,
Same.
I have on my palm readings, like they say that like there's like your marriage line and your love line and your lifeline, and like they don't meet, and so that like means that like according to palm reading, like I'll never get married. And like I'm like and so sometimes like a really bad part of me is like you'll never find love because it's on your palm.
Yeah.
Like and so I like kind of don't want to know things. Like I'm like
Yeah.
I like to be like, no, we don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I would like to know? Some short-term stuff. Like I would like to be like sort of like, what should my next move be so that I can like I'm
Very
like, God, what's my next move?
Very grind.
God, how can I effectively grind? Like
Your agent?
yeah, like I would like to like I would like to like financially just live off of like being an artist. Like, and so like, I'm like, what do I need to do in the next like 6 months to like sort of get that ball rolling?
Yeah.
That is not something that I'm already doing. Like, I'd be like, God, what are my short-term goals?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's all I can ask.
God's like, make 10 YouTube shorts.
He's like, finish the series.
People like web series nowadays. What if you make one of those?
Oh God. Well, like, because also it's like, it's so scary. Like we know so little. Like I'm like, what if God's like, yeah, like Avatar is actually the closest thing to like what the real religion is. Like, and it's like, how the hell are you going to process that? Like, it's like, there's some things we don't need to know, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That Avatar is the I do believe that God is a Navi.
Yeah. God. Well, I also just want to, before you answer your question, I just also want to acknowledge that like in high school, I did play God in a musical. It was Children of Eden, which is the book of Genesis. And it's a musical by Stephen Schwartz, who did the music for Wicked. Heard of it? And I played God. Friend of the pod. Like, and it was this whole thing where everyone was like, this is really progressive. We've got like a gay Latino God. Like, and then like the director, she put me in like a giant white wig and white beard. And like my face was not visible. Like no one could see any of my performance. And that's just something that I wanted to acknowledge because we were talking about God so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you have experienced.
That you play, yeah.
My relationship to God is musical.
Is that I am he.
I am
they. Once you get to an all-knowing crystal ball, there is like so many objective correct like in things to find out to cure the maladies and the warmongers.
Oh my God.
And well, that's
right. You're right.
It's like at the point like there's something and I know and I saw it too late and I was like, if you gave me a month, like could you figure out the question to ask that would in theory
like how could I save everyone?
Like or just and that's what I think once you get that's like Palantir is selling us this crystal ball, man. I'm back in the punk. So I think I would be like, this is and I was so, it made me so like it put a pit in my stomach. I was like, how do I figure this out? But my answer to just be like, I'm just so curious. There was a 2007, 2003, 4 reality show called Kid Nation. And Kid Nation was a show where they brought like 50 or 40 kids to the desert and they gave them rooms and they had to pick their own teams. And then they were assigned social classes based on how well they did the Survivor-esque mini games.
Wow.
And then the people at the top did nothing and they earned 50 like cents a week. And then like the laborers earned 50. And it's the most incredible television show. But there's an unaired George Bush episode of Kid Nation. And I would love to watch
crazy.
that. I would just be like, Crystal Ball, show me the unaired episode of Kid Nation.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
wow.
I don't forget what I said before.
Cure the maladies of the world and save people.
I think through that episode of Kid Nation, it's going to be, I think the answers will
enough.
also, and that's why CBS wouldn't air it.
Yeah. What about you?
What about you?
Sorry.
Well, I feel like your answers were so fun. Mine's like serious.
No.
Oh,
I hate to break it to you. Mine was serious. Like, I am so serious.
And I did the annoying like, well, world peace. Like,
but like, I don't know. I had Lyme disease for 4 years. And I truly don't know how I got it. So.
Oh my God. Know how you got it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's such a fair question. Tick.
Yeah, but it's like I never like found one on me. But it's like I got like it was like I got like the worst flu that I've ever like had, and like my temperature was like going up to like 105. Like it was insane. You know what I mean? So it's like like something happened, but it's just like I don't know. Like, and it like kind of kind of like I do get like obsessive about it. Sometimes I'm like, well, what happened? Like, you know what I mean?
And that is something that's like you're never going to find the like smoking gun.
Yeah,
of,
it's like an unknowable problem.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, when I get the chance,
I
would like to know what happened.
Wow, that is the perfect answer. Yeah, I'm glad you. No, thank God you said that's the perfect answer.
How did India get Lyme disease?
And then it's just like this. I'm like, thank you.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, like when, how, why.
You get a couple. You get a full thing.
I want to watch. That's what I'm gonna watch. pull up when I got Lyme disease.
I love treating like it's the YouTube algorithm thing of being like, man, show me Kid Nation unaired episode. It's just show me Lyme disease. How do I get Lyme disease?
India gets Lyme disease. 1.
Oh God. 22. And I thought of this question because in Baby,
Ooh,
there's, which I don't think it's a spoiler.
that's fine.
I think you can't spoil
If
Baby.
anyone wants to see Baby,
If you watch Baby, if you listen to us and
please
watch Baby, please watch. Babies are Baby.
Yeah.
The character that she claims that she has 6 months left to live.
Yes.
And like
Yeah.
before, like it, like there's more clarity around that
Yeah.
issue. I was like thinking a lot about like, what is she doing? Like
Yeah,
at
having
work,
it at work. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's-
So if you knew that you were going to die suddenly, like within the year, would you change anything about the way that you're living now?
Yeah.
I think things would change.
But because it would be about like, okay, what's my last year going to be rather than like, what is, I feel like right now I'm like really living for the future, which is like not like fully healthy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, I feel like if I was like, I only had a year left to live, I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I see everyone. I'd probably go on a big tour of like everyone in my life.
Oh,
like,
that's.
I'd probably go to Peru and like see my family in Peru. I'd probably go to Connecticut, see my family in Connecticut. Like I'd all my friends who like live in different cities, I'd probably visit all of them. Anyone I've like ever like loved or maybe even like had the potential to love, I'd be like, hey, last year. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
Like
Let's stop playing games.
let's stop playing games.
Let's not play games.
I'm like, does that make you sad? Like
I'm gonna ask everybody how that makes you. I'm gonna be like on the
yeah, I'm like
TikTok interviews. Like, how do you feel about that?
what are you gonna post about me on Instagram when I die? I feel like, yeah, like it would be like about like seeing people and like eating a lot of food. Probably like I would not care about like my health, maybe. Like also it's like, is my health like I don't have to worry about my health necessarily. I don't know. Maybe I'd go to the countries I'd never been to.
Can you
like
die in that year before you're?
I think that the idea is that like within the year you're gonna
Just
die
drop dead.
suddenly, but
Yeah.
you don't know when. It could be at the 1 year mark. It could be earlier.
within the year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. I'd probably also
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's
I
up
hate
for
that my first question is
interpretation.
like clarification on the rules of this
Yeah,
scenario.
I mean,
Do we?
I kind of interpreted it as like, because it's like you'll die suddenly.
oh, like I could have a week left. Like
Yeah, like I feel like it's like you don't really know how much time you have
Oh,
left.
it's not like
I'd still probably do
March
the tour.
5th.
I'd probably eat everything I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
I like wouldn't care about money. Maybe I would like try and like write one last thing. Like
I was thinking about that. The idea
Yeah.
of like advertising something is like,
Yeah.
this is my last
my
thing.
last one. Like
Hey, actually sending invites. Do you want to come? This is my last thing.
and also like probably like figure out like who's gonna get in possession of all of my journals. Like because I have like
Yeah.
such
Oh my
extensive
gosh.
journaling
Whoa.
for like
Oh.
so many years of my life, and like some of those years are dark. Like and like there have been times where I've been writing and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm sorry if like my grandkids ever read this. Like you know what I
No,
mean?
I
Dark or
know.
like just like also like it's like personal stuff, like hookups and stuff. Like I like tell everything's in there.
Would you like want that to be like treated like ashes and then like or like turned
Like
into,
burn them?
or like turned into like art, different kind of art?
It just really depends on everything. Like, because I love reading people who are dead's journals and stuff like that. Not that I'm being like, my journals would be so interesting to read. Like,
I'm sure they would.
like, but
No, actually, I do
I
think
think it would also be nice because it's like, I don't know. I also thinking about like people who have died,
Yeah.
like, or my grandpa, like, and like, I'm like, oh, it would be so nice to know what his inner life was like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I have no like window into that necessarily. Something that was truly private, like, and to like really
Yeah.
know like how did they feel truly in private. Like I think that's like a nice thing to have, and I think that would be a nice thing to leave behind, despite like the strange hookup stories or like dark nights of the soul.
I think that's a fun. That's like the like
Yeah, that's part of it. It's part of the
part
fun.
of life. That's what it is.
Like, sorry, grandkids. Assuming I have grandkids. Yeah, this happens when I already have grandkids.
Yeah, in a year
Yeah.
you're gonna have. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is not have Kevin have grandkids.
Yeah, my mom's calling me.
Friend of the
Shout
pod.
out, friend of the pod, Sylvia's Kitchen. If anyone is listening and you live in the New York area or in like Westchester or like Connecticut area, my mom sells baked goods. She's a baker. Sylvia's Kitchen is her business. She does Latin American desserts and she delivers. And she has an Instagram, Sylvia's Kitchen.
And they're incredible.
What about you?
So I'm really just so interested in like the lore of like me finding out. And I think this like brash circumstance, I know there are like more like real and I think this is just the heightened version because I also do just feel heightened at the moment. If I find out I'm like gonna like die suddenly in a year, my first thought was like the punk answer. If it's my year of punk, if it's year of punk,
If it's
like
this year.
If it's this year and then it's the year of punk, it would be like, well, if I have like nothing to like, what if I like?
My mom is calling me a second time.
Is this?
You
Wow.
should
She's
Sure.
great. Should I answer?
Yeah, answer.
¿Aló? Estamos grabando el podcast. Ciao. That's so funny. Did you hear her voice?
I think the mic's gonna pick that up. I think
That's so funny. She's fine. She just does this. Like, if I don't pick up, she'll call me again.
Yeah.
This is an idea that I haven't even written in the notes app of like something I want to write about, but like in a game, I've been curious about the idea of having like a hub world that's in like an autonomous commune that is like has taken over like a rest stop and they've turned it into like a full like autonomous like collective commune. And if I had 1 year left to live and it was like
Get the commune together.
I don't want to run it. I just want to like cook and like have a small part, but like something like taking over like what is a corporate space and turning it into like a food, like a free people, like a garden, like commune, kind of like that way of like purely like, I would like try to like not live in the system like for a year. Like if I knew this was it, to be like, well, what is possible outside of the system?
Tiny house.
But also I want to start a pizzeria.
Oh, yeah. Joe makes really good pizza.
I make really good pizza. A Sicilian style pizza.
Yeah, it's so good.
Based off of like L&B Spumoni Gardens, which I think is the best pizza in New York. Shout out, friend of the pod. L&B Spumoni Gardens. That would be so fun to have a pizzeria. What about you?
Yeah.
It's weird because like I feel like the way I interpret the question is that like I feel like I wouldn't change that much. Because it's like you have to potentially fill up like
A year.
lot of time.
Yeah.
But like work?
Yeah, but that's what it's like. I don't know, because I'm kind of like, okay, like maybe I would do like a living funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
God.
And just like have everybody come and see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and say good things.
But then it's like the rest of the time, like, I mean, yeah, I guess like I don't need to
have
work.
a year long?
But some people like the structure of work, and some people like their jobs.
Well, I
But-
like to
Yeah.
I guess like doing some like more leisure activities would be good. But like, yeah, for some reason, my initial instinct is just like, things are fine.
That rules. That's a
That's
great
nice
answer.
too.
No, that's
I don't know.
well, that's again the best answer is like I'm
Yeah.
doing the thing that I would like and not
Yeah.
I'd take over a rest stop.
I definitely would like. I guess I probably wouldn't want to work.
Yeah.
yeah, that makes
So then it's like I have the the freedom to like be like, I'm doing this today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 23. What's your most life-defining decision?
My most life-defining decision is picking between New York and LA, but it's not, because that doesn't feel life-defining for me. That feels like very defining of like the chapter of life I'm in. But I think my most life-defining decision is like whenever it is that I like decided that I wanted to be an actor. I like only like really remember life knowing that I wanted to be an actor. Like, and even though there are other things that I also want to do, like that has always felt like kind of the core of who I am. And it is very life defining because it's like I see everything kind of through that lens. And it was always a big part of my identity. And I think it's a big part of like how I found like my confidence was like through like acting and being like, I'm going to go to college for acting. It's felt such a part of who I am. Like my parents like have like no concept of like how to pursue acting and like what that looks like and all this stuff, but they were always very supportive of me because they were just like, yeah, like this is what you do, like this is like what you are passionate about. It's like clear, like, so I think that has been very life defining.
Yeah.
Potentially to my detriment, like you know, because then it becomes like, okay, if I'm not acting, like who am I? Like, and if I'm not making art, who am I? And like, am I of value? Like, how can I find my confidence without having that? Because acting is like something that you need other people and other things to be able to act, which is different from writing. Like writing, it's like I can always write for myself. Like,
Yeah.
but I think whenever I decided whenever I realized
Yeah.
that was life defining, I think.
Yeah.
No, that is good. That is. I'm sticking with it. Because we were like talking New York versus
it's your temple.
yeah, just being in New York. And like, because I do think that is what literally defines me. I am literally defined in the confines of technically Queens now, which feels crazy because my family's from Brooklyn and
Ridgewood Joe.
they never let me hear the end of it that I've left Brooklyn. But I'm like,
Yeah.
Ridgewood
the border.
is it's Brooklyn's little hat. I keep saying, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "It's Brooklyn's little hat." It's like a little like, what kind of little hat is it? I'll figure out what kind of little hat it is.
Fedora.
No, no.
The kangaroo hat.
Aw.
What?
You know that hat
Yeah.
with the kangaroo on it?
It's like who wears them all the time? Samuel L.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Flip it around.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked Witch. You don't know about that?
What? This is.
Do you not know about the Madame Marble MM? Flip it around. You don't know about this? I'm not even going to get into this.
You're doing it again
It's too
for the audio listeners. Santi's doing some hand signals that I
I
can't.
actually think the audio listeners will know what I'm talking about.
For the audio listener, I think it's probably unequal. I'm sorry to. But yeah, choosing to be in New York. I don't know. It's like, and it also has made me feel better about art and feel more comfortably like, I am solely not who I am as an artist or these things. I am who I am as just like a little soot sprite in the city. You can always do things better. I'm always give more to the city, but I'm trying more and more. I can still like, hey, at least I know where to put my backpack. I know how to like be an assistant for other people if they like, I don't know. And that has given like a sense of self-worth that has been so enriching and like needed and sustainable. So I do think like in terms of like now seeing my life, in terms of like, yeah, life altering, it is how I view everything in art, but also just like myself and then more how I like interact with others. So love New York City, baby. Let's go Mets.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't even.
Who?
What?
I'm just going who. I'm like chanting who.
What?
Like as if I was a crowd of like.
I'll be like a crowd.
Mets,
like,
Mets
what?
fans. Sorry.
Now we all
As
do
they
it.
notably who.
It's I was if I was like doing this like.
I don't
Pumping
know.
my
Again, for the
fist,
audio
it would
listener, he
feel
started pumping
differently.
his fist, and I don't
Yeah.
think that changed anything.
I like really rely on my body to communicate.
You really
like,
do. I
learning.
mean, that's the beauty of
Yeah.
action theater.
It's a beauty.
Yeah.
Which is why we added in the dancing sequences and doom scrolling.
wow, what a pro! What a pro! Bringing it back.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about you?
I feel like it's moving to New York City, but taking more importantly, like the job that I took, because that was what introduced me to the animation thing. And it feels like, I mean, like, I don't know that it'll be like the most defining thing of my entire life, but at least, you know, it's
Right
put
now.
me in this world that it wouldn't, if I had gotten some other kind of job, like I just wouldn't have gone down this path. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it feels like that was a important decision.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit like on the fence, like, because I wasn't actually like that into like the idea of living in New York City. Like I feel like a country bumpkin in some
Yeah.
ways.
Oh,
So
wow, that's yeah.
so my mom was like, you don't even really want to like go there, but I was like, literally nobody else is offering me a job. You know?
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like it was like an easy decision, but I could have, I guess, like stuck it out longer, you know.
But you ended up loving the city?
10 years.
Or
Or 8 years.
here's 10 years.
I guess we also don't have to love it.
I love
yeah,
animation.
Yeah,
you know what I
okay,
mean? And I
yeah.
love like what I've been able to do
Yeah.
here.
New York City, baby.
This is like what
Animation.
people ask me about LA. They're like, and you like it now? And I'm like, I like that I am there and it is warm.
But
And there are mountains.
I mean, I will say, like, I feel like I found like the neighborhood I like to live in.
Yeah.
I love my apartment,
Yeah.
and I like my friends, and I like I know what I like to do, like in the city. But I don't want to live here forever.
Yeah, fair.
You don't want to die here.
Yeah, don't want to die here. Yeah, you know what? That's a very good point.
Yeah.
If I know I'm gonna die,
You'd get out of
Then
the
you get out of the
city.
I would get out of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die here. That's ominous.
Tonight.
Yeah, that's an ominous. And then if
this
that's the
is
case,
when
you're
we
listening
knew.
to this at my funeral.
I actually have, which you'll appreciate. I have a little I wonder, I can probably walk over here.
Ooh, walking with the mic. Wow. Owning the stage.
I don't think you can see it from this angle, but it's a little like, it's like super duper like Catholic.
Oh, that's like a shrine.
And it's like, it's got all this stuff in it to do last rites if somebody did die.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, we're going to get that done. We're going to get that done tonight.
This is like the first act of the horror movie has just ended and the vibes have changed. And you're like, wait. What do you call that? Like, what would you describe the like the eBay like listing for that?
Oh.
If I'm looking for
If
one.
I'm looking for one?
Yeah, and what do I do constantly like look it up to show people like I have this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I search. I feel like Last Rites Cabinet.
It's so funny.
Last Rites Cabinet.
That'd be a good name for like a movie or a book or something.
That's a really good name.
Yeah.
A Knives Out
Oscar
story.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm prepared.
Good.
Last question.
Whoa.
Oh.
I thought we were at 23.
Yeah, there's 20. Yeah.
It's 24.
That was 23.
Oh, that was 23. Shit.
Wow.
You're like, this just flew by. I
This
can't
just
believe we're at 24.
these 9 hours just passed by.
Hell.
We could have gone on an international flight.
Yeah, we could have.
Not to bring it back to planes, but.
What do you want to plug?
Oh, shit.
Well, we're just plugging doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Jenny
right?
Nicholson's
Well, I know, we wanna plug
Galactic
Baby.
Star Cruiser YouTube video.
No, well, you know what? Actually, I want to plug. I want to like you're like stop it.
No, I'm not saying stop it.
I want to plug all 3 shorts that are currently out.
Yes.
Which
Yeah, the Fun Pet Names.
the Fun Pet Names shorts. We have an Instagram, Fun Pet Names with a Z,
Z.
that is like tagged in like my Instagram bio. Or just follow us on Instagram, Santi the Llama, and then Joe is Joe Zappulla.
You don't have to.
And yeah, like we have 3 shorts that are part of the series that we were talking about. The first one that came out is this short called Baby that's on my Vimeo page. And then RIP and Doom Scrolling are both on No Budge. And we have another one that we're going to release at some point in the spring. Gym Rat.
I know. I just didn't know the release strategy for it.
At some point in the spring, we're going to release
We're gonna
Gym
release it?
Rat.
Okay. This is an exclusive for
That
me.
is an exclusive.
Gym Rat's coming out. Yeah.
And also, hopefully, also, Thank God I'm So Young.
No, we're so close with that.
Yeah, like
I was gonna bring my laptop for we can work on it afterward, and we don't have the time.
No, we don't have the time.
No.
But we're continuing to make art, so if you like the art, feel free to
Yeah.
follow us on Instagram.
And Sylvia's Kitchen is also on Instagram.
Oh yeah, and Sylvia's Kitchen. Mm-hmm. Anything else? I'm trying to
What?
think.
Your action theater
Oh
classes?
yeah, I
Yours do
teach. If
those.
anyone is in LA, if anyone who listens to this podcast is in LA, I teach.
We got LA.
You got some LA listeners? I teach this movement, like physical theater class, action theater.
So cool.
And I teach it free, pay what you can, like once a month. So I post about it on my Instagram story. And it's like all experience levels. So even if you've never moved in your life, but you're like, I want to do something different. It's like a fun thing to do. I feel like I'm a pretty gentle teacher. Like I feel like I know who like wants to be pushed and who like just wants to feel like safe and like have a good time. And I've had multiple people be like, I was so afraid to come, like, but it was actually fun. But so yeah, that's another thing to plug. My teaching.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh my god, no,
Whoa.
of course. I'm gonna force myself to say it, so then I have to make it. Scenes from an Airport,
Yes.
the play,
Look
or
out
whatever,
for it.
however it's coming. This fiscal year. I'm punk, but I'm really into fiscal years.
Fiscal.
It's very grind.
Yeah.
That's you have to say fiscal
Yeah.
year. We need to have Q1.
Grind versus punk.
Um,
But we meet at the intersection of grind and punk.
we do meet at the intersection of grind and punk. It's
It
beautiful.
felt punk to grind this year based off of how I was telling.
actually punk to grind.
Based off of everyone's like self-care related like New Year's things. When I was talking to people, I was like, I guess I'm the only grinder here.
Well, I was gonna say earlier, if it seems like New York has become LA, and maybe LA has become New York
Yeah.
in terms
It does
of like
kind of feel that
attitudes.
way. Whoa. In New York, people are way more open about their grind. So
Yeah.
like, and in LA, at least I have perceived like people are like hiding that they're grinding. Like they don't want to show that they're grinding. And that in itself like is
You're grinding
exhausting.
proudly.
Yeah.
Like, and so I feel like in New York, you get to relax a little bit more because you're like, I'm grinding. And then when I'm done, I get to relax.
I agree. I think.
And if you like what you see, like share it with a friend.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
I think that's kind of nice because I was thinking about World of Tomorrow, like, and I was like, oh, I love discovering something and being like, I want to show this to people.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope that like we're creating things that like someone would be like, oh, I want to show this to a friend. Like I genuinely think you would like this. Like rather than like sharing it on your Instagram or like
be like,
something like that.
yeah.
Like it's like actually watch it. Like that's nice. And,
That's what I'm
hang out.
doing.
yeah.
I saw it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, gotta share it with
Yeah.
the pod
Well,
squad.
'cause you're actually like a testament to like it's important to share things online because Talia
Yeah.
shared it on her story, and then from the story
Yeah.
you actually watched
Which
it.
is so
Yeah.
kind
and
to
then,
watch
and
something
then,
on an
and
Instagram
then, and then because
story.
of that, we're here today, which is like so
Yeah.
amazing. Like I'm so grateful for you,
Aw,
and
I
I'm grateful
know.
for Talia.
I want to
Teeny
plug
time.
the Julian Glander episode, which is
Oh, yeah, the future
so
Julian
exciting.
Glander
I will
episode.
be listening. I will be eager and ready.
Thank you so much for having us on.
thanks.
Avatar:
This is
Fire and
special.
Ash
Yeah.
is playing in IMAX theaters, probably for the next couple years.
Help James Cameron continue to create jobs.
There's
for
someone
other
that needs
people.
the most help right now and support. It is
James Cameron.
F. Cameron.
Yeah.
I lied.
This podcast is recorded, edited, and produced by me, India Lombardi-Bello. Digital marketing assistance by Arnesh Kundu. Music by Cloutmeyer. Design by Sawyer Rippon. Special thanks to Talia Frank-Stemple and to Ash Suh for recommending the Sweatbox to me and my mom and dad.